Salute. Bow. What's happening? It's Nocturnal. Real quick video. A real quick video that I'm gonna get out y'all way. I want to talk about the round table discussion. Topic of the conversation was Errol Spence versus Terrence Bud Crawford. The showdown is coming up July 29th. And the boxing pundits, the pugilistic minds that were at this round table was Coach Virgil Hunter, Coach BREADMAN, ex-champion Kell Brook, ex-champion Shawn Porter. Salute goes out to the round table. Some things were said I agreed with. Some things were said I disagreed with. But overall, I salute the logic behind every man's opinion, thoughts, and what they brought to the table. You know what I'm saying? Some people brought forks, some people brought a knife, some people brought a plate, some people brought the cups, but at the end of the day, they all brought something to the table. I have to say who I agreed with the most, who I felt like was in more depth and more logical and more sound-minded, was BREADMAN. Great trainer, made improvements with Caleb Plant, came up short in his last fight. I think he just had a fight with Julius J-Rock Williams, came up short. But I respect BREADMAN's mentality. One thing he said that I really agreed with was a lot of people look at Errol Spence and say he's a basic fighter and say it in a negative way, not really understanding that basic is a compliment, and that, you know, some people are more drawn to the aesthetically pleasing, dynamic style of someone that's a little bit more smooth and flashy, like Terrence Bud Crawford. And he gave some good comparisons, like Tito Felix Trinidad versus Bernard Hopkins, Sugar Shane Mosley versus Winky Wright, and Thomas the Hitman's Hearns versus Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Good comparisons. I salute. Shawn Porter, what he said that I agreed with the most is when he said he doesn't know who's going to win this fight. When he said that, I say, I agree with that. I don't think you really know who's going to win this fight. Even though, I think you do know. Kell Brook, what he said that I agreed with is when he said that his lifestyle, his lack of preparation, him killing himself to make the weight, and him not having his coach, all was a factor in him losing to Terrence Bud Crawford. And also when he said he went up and fought Triple G and came back down to fight Errol Spence, he felt like that was a factor in him losing to Errol Spence. I agree. Virgil Hunter, one thing that he said that I agreed with was that last week, the rehydration, what the man, the temperature of the man, the mentality of the man, what he looks like on the scale, that's going to be a big factor. And the reacclimation to, or getting acclimated to the atmosphere of Las Vegas, coming down from Texas and coming down from where Terrence Bud Crawford is. I'm thinking of it, but I don't want to say it wrong. I don't know if he's in Big Bear or wherever he's training at, but coming down to that Vegas for the last 3 weeks of training and getting acclimated to the atmosphere, that's going to be a key factor as well. So I salute the mentalities I disagreed with a few points that were made by a few guys. Like, for example, I don't totally disagree with Virgil Hunter, but I would like to have an expounded conversation with him, with his comment where he said Errol Spence caused irreversible damage because of his lifestyle and because of the accident. I understand what he's saying, but I don't totally agree. But I understand this tidbit of information that he was saying, but I don't feel like that's 100% agreeable that it's irreversible damage done, especially when you say a lifestyle, because a lifestyle is over a lifespan. If you get off track and you do some damage to yourself, but you get back on track, I don't feel like the damage that you did is irreversible. You know what I'm saying? Sean Porter probably said the most things that I disagreed with, but from this, where he's coming from, I understand it. So I feel like Sean Porter has this documentary that's coming out where he's going to be really divulging a lot of unknown things and factors of things he's been dealing with in life, inside the ring and outside the ring. And you just kind of have to wait to see this kind of bomb he wants to drop on people on certain things that were going on that he feels caused the outcomes in his fight between Terrence Bud Crawford and Errol Spence and, you know, Sebastian Formella, so on and so forth. So I don't agree with some of the things he said, but I understand some of the things he just leave out of the conversation, and you got to kind of read in between the lines. And some of the things he said I just totally disagree with, but I can't tell him how to feel and how to think. I just disagree with his opinion. One thing, like he said, he felt like he was one step ahead of Errol Spence until he got knocked down, and I disagree with that. I feel like you were 1 or 2 steps behind Errol Spence that entire fight until you got knocked down. But you were definitely in the race. You know what I'm saying? So I disagree with that. I didn't disagree too much with what Kell Brooks said because he didn't say much. But I did like that he said he was surprised by the style and the switching style and how surprising it was of Terrence Bud Crawford. And I did agree with Kell Brook the way he said, you know, Errol Spence, he feels like has the more power. Go check it out. There's a lot more that could be discussed, but I don't want to make this a 20-minute long video. So I'm going to keep it tight. Those are my thoughts. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Nocturnal Thoughts signing out. Salute. Bow.